Well, I've decided to do a quick video today, and actually it is something to do with a lot recently I've seen on YouTube. God knows why I'm seeing it on YouTube. Maybe somebody's trying to tell me something, I don't know. Lord knows. Anyway, on to the subject. So I've seen a few videos about narcissism, and actually they were very informative. How to deal with the narcissism, the one phrase that narcissists don't like, and actually it was actually quite interesting because it gave me a slight pause to perhaps think on certain aspects of my life and to kind of think, might want to take a look at a few elements of my life. So I'm going to put into a nutshell a bit about narcissism, what it is, or at least attempt to, after reading a few things. And believe me, I'm not cherry picking or anything, but I just want to sort of get into it. Narcissism is an overwhelming urge in a person or narcissist to be at the center of attention, to be in control, to have everything about them, not about others, and to really dominate any possible scenario. They have no idea on the very possibility that they could be wrong, and if they are wrong or if something does go wrong, then it's somebody else's fault, rather than looking at themselves and thinking, actually, you know what, I could have done better on that. Now, let's be very candid. We all can be like that. Let's be honest. I can. Probably anybody else who watches this video can have some narcissistic traits. And I will give an example of myself, since this is my video, and I just want to sort of be very open, is that I had an interesting back and forth with someone who I know, who said, well, you know, how about thinking on how I feel rather than making it about yourself? I'm like, well, I'm not making it about myself, I'm making it about you. I'm sharing an experience that I had and how I dealt with it in a hope to help you fix what's happening in your life. What can I say? I am a bit of a fixer. I like to fix things. Sometimes I should step back a little bit and go, well, you know, it's something that I shouldn't actually fix, I should actually listen to. Perhaps, you know, a fair few times I do get things wrong. However, on this I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong on this video. So the first thing about, we've really got to be sure before we actually call someone out and tell them they're being narcissist. We really need to actually know a lot more about them, who they are, remembering that narcissism actually isn't really how a person is naturally. It's a chosen way to act. It's probably from something in their adolescence, a learned way to deal with life from teachers, loved ones, siblings, whatever it may be. Now, amongst these videos that I have been watching, and whilst they are good and provoke the thoughts, and these people are good at being provocateurs, and I do consider myself a little bit of a provocateur, it got me thinking that in some ways these people are also using narcissistic techniques to identify what could be. And whilst it made a person like me think on my life and how to improve myself, when it actually comes to a narcissist will escalate things to have things under their control. I'll give you an example. One of the videos was a phrase that narcissists hate to hear, and they probably do hate it because it does negate them, and that is the word whatever. However, and here's the deal, is that narcissists are also experts at using this same phrase, and they will recognize when a narcissistic phrase is being used to counter them, and they will then escalate the situation. I'll give you an example on why it's a narcissistic phrase. My ex-wife, bless her, I would go down to the local store or shop or whatever it is. She might say, can you go and get something to eat? It might just be something that we didn't have in the house. You might want, we might want something different than what we had in the home or something like that, just something instead of the planned meal, whatever it is. We all do from time to time. So I say, sure. What would you like? Oh, I don't know, just go and get something. I'm like, well, that's great, but I don't want to come back with the wrong thing, and I don't want to sort of get something that you really don't want. Can you give me a little bit more? Oh, I don't know, whatever, bring whatever back. Alright, so immediately she's already trying to place something out of her hands into my hands, so when it goes wrong, and invariably it did when I got back, well, I'm not eating that, it's your fault, you didn't get the right thing. Well, how can you get the right thing when you don't know what the right thing is? So I'm using that as an example of what you said. It's happened an awful lot in my life with a lot of different people, and it's actually a bit of a trigger switch for me, and I will admit that, because it's something I've learned to really, really, really dislike in people. That being said, another learned response that I'm using more and more to counter the negative is to remember that in a situation, give the person the appearance of what they want. Most people want to see them be validated. Even more so, narcissists want to be validated. Alright, they really want to be validated. So validate them. Give the illusion that they are in control. You're really actually in control. So it's a really simple method, and I wish I'd learned this a little bit more. I really wish I'd learned this a little bit more. Now, it doesn't work all the time, alright? It's not a perfect work every single time thing, because it doesn't. Some people you've got no hope with. But listen to them. Repeat back what they're saying and say, yeah, there is a reason for that, and I can see how you come to that conclusion. You know what? And agree with the methodology of how they've come up with that, as in empathize with them. Say, yeah, I can see the conclusions you're coming to. Once you've got them, they're like, oh, this guy really agrees with me, he knows he's going to follow me and stuff, there's a little twist that you can throw in and say, you know what, and even more so to get them under your control. I think that too, from time to time. So there are times I think that, yeah, I get you on that. But also, I've been looking at this, and this is something else that I've noticed or seen, heard. More often than not, you'll get that pause, and you can see the narcissist thinking, because on the one hand, you're giving them what they want, you're giving them the attention, you're listening to their ideas, you repeat them back, you've said that you know how they feel, go in their mind. If you know how they feel, then you agree with them. That's how they will take that. But then you're coming up with an opposite thought. And when you come up with that opposite thought, just for a few seconds, they will go quiet. They'll be sort of discombobulated because of the confusion. There will be this confusion. They're trying to make it so they can work to their advantage. And then nothing like laughter and humour puts you in control. If you can make someone laugh, you are their control. Laugh and not laugh at them, but laugh with them and say, yeah, I know, I thought exactly the same as you're thinking now when I heard that as well. And laugh about it. Laugh at yourself and laugh at that thought. And they will start laughing with you. You're then in control. You now have the narcissist laughing with you, or whatever it is, and that more often than not, even though it's very hard for them to admit that they're wrong, they will laugh and they will give some sign that they're still trying to think of a way to put it in their control, but really you've got them laughing and you've thrown them a bit. And then say, look, I really like you. I really, really do like you, and I do I do sympathise on how you feel. And say, and repeat the fact that I do feel the same way, but then I also do have this view as well. So by turning around saying laughing and easing it down, de-escalating it, making them laugh, more often than not, you will actually win a narcissist's respect, and you will have in some way broken that narcissist's learned response. So the next time something happens, they'll go, oh, this guy's actually might come up with something, and they'll probably more often than not come up and actually talk to you about their ideas, and then you can also kind of interject your own, so therefore you can continue to break down that learned response from whoever else they learned it from. As I said, it's not a perfect technique. There are some who are so rampantly toxic that they will just not have any other thought than their own. So here's the deal. If you try the steps, try doing it. Say, look, I've really enjoyed our conversation. I've really got to go and get on with things. I do have things to do that I need to attend to. I'm going to have to say goodbye, and then remove yourself from the situation. You're not going to be able to change anything with those sort of people. And unfortunately, there are those sort of people. It's unfortunately how the world is. And some people are so ingrained that they will fight to protect their way of thinking. And after all, a narcissist already sees themselves as perfect, so they don't see that they need to grow. They don't need to see that they need to accomplish anything. As far as they're concerned, everything revolves around therefore, why do they need to change? So, these are just my thoughts on narcissism, just my thoughts on daily life, and just the things that we may encounter. I hope this helps with some things, and I hope it helps with people who may be having similar situations, and I hope everybody achieves what they wish to achieve in life. Have a great day, everybody, and I will catch you all later.